Hello, Scrapper Names fans, how are we all? So I'm back up today with my April Scrapping Good Times design team share. This month we are working with a mood board of pastel colours. So at first I was a bit, really? I don't know if I've got that kind of colour, but I actually did. I had a look around in my stash and I have a bit to add to this layout. So the photo I'm documenting today is from 2016. It is a photo of my grandmother with her siblings who had come down to visit her. It was the last time she saw them before she actually passed away the following year. So yes, it's one very close to my heart, I guess. So and this will be going into my family album. So I've just pulled out a scrap piece I had of this paper, this heart kind of pink paper. It's from the My Mind's Eye blush collection. It was left over, some scraps left over from, I got it in a Kitaholic kit a few months ago. So yes, and now I'm just going to use this pattern paper with the swans. Pick this paper because obviously it's another sort of tone up of the pastel pinkish colours, but the swans sort of, to me, give that whole soft, gentle, pretty kind of vibe, which is what I wanted to go for here. Both this swan paper and the background paper with the teacup on it is from an Aldi album, paper pad. Okie dokie, sorry, I had to take a bit of a break. Now I'm back. So I think I was saying that this swan paper gives that bit of a feminine sort of soft feel, which is what I sort of wanted to go for with this layout. Oh, and my papers, those are from Aldi. I think that's what I was saying before I had to sort of duck away. So just adding some layers here. I wanted to bring in as many of the pastel colours as I could without sort of, overwhelming the page as such. I can't remember what this paper layer is because that looks really pale on my screen. Oh, this paper is like a watercolour kind of pale, real pale sort of greeny, bluey kind of colour. Kind of like the one that's on the background paper, just more pale, I guess. And I think from memory it's from the Heidi Swap Magnolia Jane paper pad that I got about 12 months ago, I think. I think that's it for my layers now, and I think I'm going to, or maybe not. Now I'm working out my title. Now this was a bit tricky as such. I'm going to use those pink thickers you just saw to make the title. First though, I'm going back to, look at this. This is what you call Amy's disorganised scrapping. I'm jumping back and forth, aren't I? So I've just popped some craft foam behind it. I didn't want it to look too flat. It's sort of, when I laid it there, the paper, the photo layers, it just looked too flat into the background paper. So sort of add a bit of craft foam. It would pop the photo out to make it a bit of a focal point. Add a bit of dimension and interest to the page at the same time. So that's what I'm going for. Just trying to make sure it didn't sort of fit too much over that teacup. Right, pulling out some bits and pieces here from my March Kitaholic kit now with those papers, those stickers, as well as that stamp set is the Cocoa Vanilla Studio More Than Words stamp set. It comes in that collection, which I got in March in my kit. Now these phrases on these words on the sticker in this sticker set are beautiful, but I've had trouble using them in regards to my layout here, or each of my layouts that I've done. So I just kind of go with family blessings, I think is what I've put. My grandma always found that family was important, and I guess you could say a blessing. And again, it's in that really nice pastel pink colour. So as you can see, I've brought in a number of the pastel colours. just to use in a variety of ways. I just think those, and I also thought those pastel colours, if used in like one colour, it would just look too, everything would just sort of melt into each other kind of thing visually. So adding a few pops of different tones, I think sort of works a bit better. Now this is just my little box of sequins, acrylic shapes, the clips, and some of these Charms Creations, what do you call them, like fabric embellishments. Now just going through the flares that are in there as well to see if there's anything I could use. It's a handy little box. Got it from Kmart if anyone's interested, and it was in the fishing section. It's what you can store tackle in. And they're perfect because the little dividers move in and out, so I can make the sections as big or as little as I like. So it's been really good. This 2016 chipboard piece, I think I just randomly got in a garage sale site sale. And I leave it sitting there because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and I'm just adding this little Charms Creation heart at first, and I thought this is really pretty actually. This really soft green with the butterfly just looked really nice, and then I've added this little flare with a couple of other butterflies on it. Go away! Alright, so I just decided to use some blue paint. I think did I mix a bit of white in there? And just to paint this over. Oops, I forgot to lay something down so I could paint it without getting it all over my mat. Now this doesn't take too long to dry, which was good. The chipboard sort of seemed to soak up a lot of the paint. So word for the wise, you will need a few coats if you're painting chipboard because they do soak it up. And because I got some paint left over, I'm just going to add some splotches onto one of my art journal pages. So just flicking through to see if I've got one that hasn't got much on it. Where do I go? Some of my art journal pages are really nice, and some I just think, oh my god, they're crazy. So I'm just gonna add it there, use it all up, don't waste any product. And I will come back to this art journal page at some point to create something else. And stay tuned actually, folks, because on Friday, which is my Arty Fun Friday, I have an art journal page, which I haven't started actually yet, but I have this really awesome plan or idea in my head of what I wanted to do. So hopefully it comes off, but it'll be very, very art journaly, very messy, very paint, lots of paint. That's the plan. So we shall see, I guess. Now I'll wait for that to dry. And I think I'm just going to add some more embellishing. I'm not sure if I do too much embellishing, being that the big teacup on there, as well as the flowers and stuff in the background behind the photos. Now that sticker sheet, I just got this little phrase sticker off, is from Kaiser Craft. It's part of their Misty Mountains range. Again, it came in my March Kitaholic kit. I'm just trying to use it up a little bit before it ends up in my stash. These little baskets, I'm just rummaging through some embellishments of different sort of other colours. Those little baskets sit inside my Kmart trolley drawers, and they hold each of my embellishments, which are colour coded. I did a bit of an update on it actually over the weekend. It wasn't what my plan was when I sat down, but I was like, right. I had too many of the ephemera packs with just little bits and pieces sitting on my other little trolley. So I decided I would sort it out a bit more. So that's what I've done. And now the baskets look a bit more fuller in that drawer. I'm not sure what I've pulled out then. Did I pull out some of the ephemera from the More Than Words, maybe? And I got, again, using up some of my Kitaholic kit stash. These beautiful butterflies are a cocoa vanilla pack. Again, I'm not sure which one it is, which collection, but they're really pretty, and I thought they sat really well, the butterfly theme on the page as well. They were a nice soft sort of pinky colour. You'll see them in the close-ups at the end a bit more. And just getting them to stick down. I tried to give that 3D effect with them by folding their wings up, which essentially when they get put in an album and everything gets stacked on top of them, they will eventually go flat. But just for now, it looks really pretty. And for the time being, until there's more stuff stacked on top of it, it looks really pretty. So that's okay. Adding some more florals there in the corner for a little cluster up the top there. Just to balance out that large teacup down the bottom as well. So this layout was a fairly simple layout. It didn't take long to come together. I think the longest part for me was trying to find all the pastel colours in my stash that I could use. And I decided on this photo because I thought, you know, it's a really nice photo, like as in the meaning behind it, I guess you could say. So that's what I went with. Now I decided here that I wasn't going to do this, but I decided to use that 2016 chipboard piece, and then I've actually decided to use some thickers here to do the date as a bigger sort of date. I just thought it would look a bit nicer than sort of having a really small ink date plus that big 2016. And I wanted to use the 2016 up anyway. It was sitting in my stash for a little bit. So I just used some of these really nice, I love these little thickers. There's so many of them in this, and it was so good. And they're just the perfect gold, the perfect size. They're just gorgeous. I don't even know, I think again they came in a previous Kitaholic kit. And I decided to put my journaling up the top here, which is a little different. Usually I sort of pop them somewhere down the bottom, but I thought it was better up the top. There was more space. Now what am I doing? Oh, maybe some enamel dots. There we go, just adding some of these cocoa vanilla dots, enamel pieces. And I think that's pretty much going to be the end of my layout for this. So pop on over and join the Facebook group at Scrapping Good Times. You will need to answer a few questions to join, as I guess a security privacy sort of thing. But yeah, Shay runs challenges, who's the admin for it, each month. There's myself and another girl on that, and a few of us on the design team, and we share our creations as well. It's a really good supportive kind of page, you know, just to share all things scrappy related. So it's really a nice little community, actually. It's built a really nice community. So yes, but again, stay tuned for my Arty Fun Friday video as well. That should be good, hopefully, if it goes the way I want it to. And here's some close-ups. And thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you soon.